Cold email is one of the fastest way of growing your business, but most people waste years doing it wrong. Bad setup, poor data, no replies. I don't want you to go through that. So in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to be sharing what I have learned over 5 years so you can avoid those mistakes. The whole goal of this video is to help you avoid making any mistakes, help you set up as quickly as possible and start getting results. So let's get into it. I'm gonna take you through each lesson one by one in an order. So number one lesson that I would want to share with you is about the strategy. I think strategy is obviously the backbone of your entire outreach. Without it, you just don't really know where you are going, and when you don't know where you want to go, I don't know how would you even start. So with strategy, we're gonna keep it very simple. You send at least 500 emails a day to see what's working. You run 2 different campaigns at a time. Obviously have a no-brainer offers to start with. These 5 different strategies that you could test at any time. These are the best performing ones that we use in an order. So we always start with lookalike audience. If we can find same companies at some of their best clients, best way to go with it. After that, companies using a specific tech that might complement what the company is offering. And the next is followers of competitor on LinkedIn. Great intent trigger. Fourth is news events. And the last is intent triggers like funding rounds, new hires, product launches. Again, you might not get a lot of leads in the last one, but you do get really good quality leads. So having a combination of all these strategies is the way to go. First 3 strategies are going to give you a lot of leads, a lot of TAM to go after, and the last ones will give you a quality set of leads to go after. Always remember, all of this fails if you don't have a no-brainer offer. So that is a must-have in a good strategy. Now the next pillar that you're gonna focus on is infrastructure. Now even the best strategy won't matter if your emails are not delivering. Infrastructure is the engine that keeps everything moving. When you have set up the right base, it's so important to have the right infrastructure in place. And I think the only place you shouldn't cheap out on is infrastructure. Buy top level domains, .com, .net. Get fresh domains, make sure they don't have a negative rating on Spamhaus. Use a mix of Google inboxes, Outlook and SMTP inboxes. We have a rule of thumb, 2 inboxes per domain and only 100 emails per domain with warm up and outbound 1-on-1 ratio. And we obviously start with a warm up of 3 to 6 weeks and then increase volume horizontally. Obviously make sure you check inbox health every 2 or 3 weeks, and the only metric that I would trust is always the number of replies I'm getting per inbox. Now the next pillar is lead list. Sending more is not the solution, but sending better. I believe 80% of your market shouldn't even be on your list. They either don't qualify or they don't have a budget. So this is the workflow that we use to make sure that we are having a solid lead list. We obviously start with qualifying companies first and then make sure that we are getting the right roles. Then we use multiple email finders, as many as we can, to find a verified email of those roles that we have found through AI. After that, we validate every email, and we would also not like to send to any catch-alls. And to make sure that we have enough data that we can get through this workflow, we make sure we have multiple data sources that we can leverage to get as many companies' data and qualify them to include in our final list. Your whole goal with lead list is not build a huge list, but about filtering the wrong people out. Now I'm going to be sharing 5 rules for messaging. Messaging is about standing out while staying relevant. Most people send everything about what they do, but they don't really care about what value they can add to the prospect, and that's where their messaging fails. And a great way to stand out is look what everybody else is doing and do the opposite. If everyone is writing one-liner emails now, you write 5, you explain more, because again, those one-liner emails might not communicate clearly what they actually do, and I have faced that problem as well. Next, with your email, you have got only 3 seconds to make an impression. So make sure you have your best line when you're starting out. Make it observational, make it pattern breaking. Be clear, not clever. Next is always do your homework. Know their terminology, goals and pain points, and position yourself as a bridge between their problems and the dream outcome. And that's the only way they should see it in your email. With your email, your goal should not be to book a meeting, but just to start a conversation. And when they see that you are adding a value through your email by sharing either a quick insight, proof of work, or even a lead magnet, that's how you can build your trust with them, and that's where they will feel confident to take a call with you. If I have to summarize messaging, I would say it's to build trust by being creative and not being clever. Last and one of the most important pillars is follow-ups, which everybody ignores. The most meetings that we have booked is in the fourth and fifth follow-up after they have shown the interest to our offer. Now with follow-ups, you don't have to spam them. When someone shows interest, it's your responsibility to help them take the next step. Send examples, case studies, relevant Loom videos if possible, and keep nudging them until you get a clear yes or no. And remember, when you have a no-brainer offer, it's easier to follow up and it makes everything else pretty easier. When they have nothing to lose, it will help them make a decision whether they want to take a meeting with you or not. And even after the meeting, your job is to keep following up with them. So here is what it finally comes down to. Get your strategy right. Build a strong infrastructure. Filter hard with your lead list. Keep messaging clear and valuable. And follow up until you get an answer. Most people just can't do all these basics right together. If you just focus on doing these 5 things right, you will get results. You will avoid years of trial and error and get results much faster. So that's all from this video. If you want more detailed information on all these topics, you can look out on my channel and you will find more information. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.